Today I'm joined by Zachary Shaw to discuss all the latest politics. I'm Raphael Chapman, and this is Devil's Advocate. Hi there, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to Devil's Advocate. I'm Raphael Chapman, the host, and today I'm joined by Zachary Shaw. Say hello.
So,
So, Zach, today I hear that you are going to be starting your own YouTube channel. Tell me a little bit about that.
yeah, it's um, it's a conservative channel. A lot of conservative views, but who knows? That could change in about 10 years, depending on how the parties change. And yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and right now it's definitely not hard to be on the conservative side, considering that the Democrats are out starting false narratives about everything and burning down and looting all the cities in the U.S. right now. So,
yeah. I can agree with that.
so it's definitely not hard to have a conservative point of view right now. Uh, speaking
It's far
of
from.
speaking of the Democrats right now, what are your thoughts on the Black Lives Matter movement?
I like the idea of it, the whole equality for everyone, but I'm sorry, but I just can't support uh, Marxism and the burning and looting of our cities.
Well, to me, it's if it's Black Lives Matter and they're really worried about equality, why isn't it all lives matter? Like, if they want everyone to be equal, then why is it such a bad thing when you say that all lives matter?
Because that doesn't fit their agenda. Um, they want it. They're trying to gain the black vote for 2020, and they're doing a good job at it for sure.
Well, I mean, doing a good job. If you think doing a good job is burning down all the cities, then I guess they're doing a great job then. Um,
Yeah.
and what do you think when they say that America is systemically racist?
Um, right now, America is way less racist than it has ever been. So to say that, it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, you all have the same rights as us. I mean, I know there's still some people that target black people. Sure, the KKK is still around. Um, Cops, which there's bad apples in every job or career.
Right, you know, there could be a racist
Yeah,
cop, there are racist teachers, there could be the person working at McDonald's, that person could be racist.
yeah. Like take the mayors of Portland and Seattle and Chicago, for example. They're just standing by while their cities are being burned down, and they're not trying to do anything about it.
But down in Portland, he's actually like condemning it. Like he says it's part of their healing. So he won't allow cops to actually step in and stop it. And when Donald Trump even offers to provide federal support, he denies it.
Yeah, they don't want any help from the president. I guess they're trying to make a statement, but and I hope it hurts them in 2020 when it's time to reelect.
Well, you see, you said earlier that you believe America is less racist than what it's ever been. My argument to
Yeah,
that is I actually believe that it is racist nowadays, but it's the total opposite of the way they're saying it. And I believe that the minority groups are actually being more racist to the white people nowadays because it's everything that a white person does, like in basketball, the Brooklyn Nets hired. Steve Nash as their new head coach, who was a phenomenal basketball player in his time, Hall of Famer, but he was white. And then on ESPN, I go and watch it, and they say it's because of white privilege that he got it. Like, no, maybe he got it because he was an amazing basketball player and had amazing skills.
Yeah,
But
everything everything that happened that everything good that happens to white men nowadays is white privilege. And that's the problem with a lot of minorities and stuff. They think that, you know, white privilege is always a play in everything.
exactly, and it's to me, it's ridiculous. Like, and black people even have actually a lot more benefits than what most white people do. It's a lot easier to get welfare if you're black, and they have affirmative action, which to me is one of the most racist things in America right now. Because if a even though a white person could be more qualified than a black person to get accepted into a school or get a job, the black person is still more likely to get hired because of affirmative action.
Yeah. And I was told something by somebody the other day. He said that at jobs, um, they're you're actually at a disadvantage because they hire minorities more than anybody else because they don't want to be sued or go against the rights or whatever. And I feel like that's true. I've seen that, and it's not right.
Exactly. That's why I really don't agree with affirmative action whatsoever. It's it's to me it's racist against white people. And if you I don't know if you heard about the Harvard case with the Asians, but the Asians there are plenty of Asians who were extremely qualified to go to Harvard, but they didn't get accepted because of affirmative action. They had too many Asians there. So that means less qualified people got accepted into Harvard, which so it's not even just hurting the white people, it's hurting any race that is doing good for themselves right now.
Yeah, companies and people are more worried about race than merit nowadays.
Right. So you can go to school and you could be a straight A student at a school and let's say get a law degree, but still not accepted into a law firm because of affirmative action, even though you could be more qualified than the people who do get accepted, just because you're a different race than they are.
Yeah,
So to me, it's if we're saying that America is racist, then why are the same people who are calling America racist supporting affirmative action?
doesn't make sense.
I guarantee you, if it was flip flopped where a black person didn't get accepted into something because of affirmative action, because there are too many black people, all hell would break loose.
All hell has already broken loose.
Right.
You see it every day.
So moving on from that point, Kyle Rittenhouse has been making big news too, as well. Um, Obviously, I don't know if you've seen the videos, but he was being chased by protesters. One was he was being chased in the parking lot and had something thrown at him, which people were saying it was just a plastic bag. It was not just a plastic bag. If you can easily see in the video that there's something in the plastic bag. Um, so with that situation, do you think? What do you think about the situation? Was it justified or was it not justified?
Well, if I'm talking about the right thing, I think it's funny that they're protesting against the cops, but then after somebody gets shot, they're telling people to go get the police and to call an ambulance and everything. Call 911. That's my take.
Yeah, well, so basically what was going on is like Kyle Rittenhouse was the one who went to the police, but he was being
He
chased by
turned himself in.
protesters. Yeah, he turned himself in. He's being chased by
Yeah.
protesters. Was getting chased in a parking lot for the first shooting. A guy cornered him, and then Kyle Rittenhouse shot him. And I guess we'll take it step by step here. If someone is chasing you in a parking lot, and it was very clear to see that he was trying to harm Kyle in some way. If someone is chasing you through a parking lot and then throws something at you, and then finally gets you cornered in that parking lot, at what point do you, if you don't have the right to defend yourself, then when do you?
In BLM lives, you don't. You're supposed to just sit there in a fetal position while they beat on you, I guess.
I guess so because that that seems like what they want him to do. He's supposed to sit there and get his behind wood, basically.
Yep. Definitely not
So
right.
not one bit in my eyes. Like you, if you put anybody in that situation, they're going to defend themselves because Kyle
Yeah.
Rittenhouse he had a gun. If that person who was chasing him happened to attack him, then get hold of that gun, like Kyle Rittenhouse, who knows what would have happened to him?
It's just like the cops. They want you to wait until you get stabbed or shot until you shoot somebody. And it's ridiculous.
And the biggest argument I hear about all this stuff is that Kyle Rittenhouse shouldn't have been there. How's that a valid argument? And like, how's that a valid argument at all? The
Right, you have the right to
protesters,
do anywhere you want.
the protesters shouldn't have been there. So we can't be like, oh, Kyle Rittenhouse shouldn't have been there. Okay, neither should the protesters. No one should have been there. It was after curfew.
Yeah.
And when people say that he traveled over state lines, he traveled 20 to 30 minutes away. It's not like he traveled across the country. And there's recent evidence that's coming out that the gun may not have been illegal, but if it was illegal, he should get slapped with a gun charge, with possessing an illegal gun. That's totally fine with me.
For sure.
But to say that he like deserves to get charged with first degree murder over this, no, not one bit. And if anybody's gonna sit around and hate on the police all the time, and so basically they don't want police enforcing anything. If you don't have the police there to protect and defend everybody, us Americans are going to start doing that ourselves by forming a militia, just like what happened here. So when that happens, you can't get mad at people for defending their cities. And yes, I know it wasn't Calvin House, it wasn't his business, but it still is his country that people are burning down and looting right now. And he did work in Kenosha. But again, when you don't have the police there to stop all that from happening, you're going to have Americans there to stop that from happening. And this is what happens from that. So I think the Democrats need to make up their mind. Do they want the police there or do they want Americans there? Because if you don't have anybody there, then that's called anarchy, and we're screwed if that happens. That's called a city without any enforcement whatsoever, where we can just do whatever we want, and that's called chaos. And that's not a good way to uh, live like run a country. And so speaking about all this, how do you think that the BLM and everything that's going on right now, how do you think that's going to affect the upcoming election?
Hello?
You there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I was saying, how do you think that the BLM and everything that's going on right now, how do you think that's all going to affect the election?
Um, I feel like more people are gonna switch over to conservative and vote for Trump with all this going on and watching these Democrat mayors and do nothing for their cities. And, yeah,
And I would think that too, but it's just the media keeps pushing out this all the time on how America is racist, and they keep giving people this information that's racist, so people don't actually look up stuff for themselves and just believe what they hear in the media. I actually believe that it's gonna make this race a lot closer than what it should be.
yeah, it will. And
Because you have people who do look into stuff their own, like do look into situations and make up their minds themselves, but then you have people who all they do is just watch the news and believe everything that the news tells them. And the sad truth is that's a lot of people.
yeah, a lot of people don't do their research, and it really shows come election time.
And speaking of elections, so who do you think is the better candidate here? Which I believe
Um, what?
I believe I think I know your answer, but just to confirm.
Yeah, probably Trump.
All right, and I think it's honestly kind of ridiculous of people expecting Biden, who's been elected since uh, 1973 and has done nothing for this country. Like, in
Yeah,
fact, I believe reading somewhere, I forgot where exactly, but he supported segregating. He was against
I've never read that.
desegregation. Yeah, I'm not for sure on that, but I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere. If that's true, then that again shows people like that's why you do your research.
Then BLM is supporting the wrong president.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's 100% true, but if that is true, like they got all mixed, types of mixed up right
Yeah,
now. And
I kind of got a theory about Biden choosing a female vice president. If God forbid he's elected, something's mysteriously going to happen to him where he can't work anymore or he's going to die, and they're going to get their first female president. Do you feel about that?
well, I don't think anything like I don't think he's gonna like just mysteriously leave or just die. I think what's gonna happen is he's gonna resign from president and she's gonna take over, or he's just basically gonna do what she says. But either way, I hope that's not the country you want living in. I don't think that's the country anybody truly wants to live in.
I
Trust
wouldn't put
me,
him past corrupt Dems.
trust me. Once the Democrats take office, the racism that is going on right now, that I don't really believe is going on right now, but nothing is truly going to change. Yeah, I think this whole Black Lives Matter stuff started under Barack Obama, who was a Democrat.
Yeah, started in Ferguson
Yes, it did,
with Michael Brown.
and that was all under Barack Obama.
Yep.
So do you really think electing another Democrat right now is just gonna magically end this? Because the thing is, they're trying to push it all on Trump as well,
Oh yeah.
when it's truly not the case. And a point I was gonna make earlier with Biden not really doing anything in the almost 50 years he's been around. I understand that Trump's his economy, it was already trending in the right direction from Barack Obama, but it's gotten better. So I'm not gonna sit here and say that Trump is the best president we've ever had, but
Yeah, me neither.
he's done a lot of good for this country so far.
Yeah. And I like him. I like him overall. He speaks his mind. He's honest.
And to me, I'd rather have a good president than a president that doesn't do anything for us. I like a president that can keep us going in the right direction over a president that says he's going to do all this stuff, but then over the course of the next 4 years isn't going to do anything.
Yeah.
I think that's something that a lot of people do need to look at before they actually vote for him. That he's been around forever, and what has he done?
He's probably gonna try to pull some Bernie Sanders stuff with free healthcare and
And I was
try
even
to.
I even made my last two videos on the Democrats trying to push a false narrative against Trump. The narratives they keep pushing on us are time and time again false.
Yeah.
So if they already have a history of lying to us with all these stories, do you, are we really gonna believe them when they say that they're gonna end all racism in the country and end all evil in the country?
Racism only begins with one person, and that's you. So
Yeah, I truly believe that I don't know if Black Lives Matter is ever gonna truly get what they want because I don't believe that there really has been a racial problem in America for a long time. We've taken great strides to get away from that. Just because two people are two different races and there's a conflict between them does not mean it was a race issue, which I think people really do need to start realizing. You can have conflicts with a different race and it not be racist.
yeah, if you're white and you fight with any minority, you're a racist. I've
Right? And
I've seen it
that's not
before
true by
myself. Just
that's
talking
why
with people, especially Democrats and liberals on Twitter, if they're a certain color or minority, they're gonna call you racist.
right. That's why I find it funny every time a if a white person is, debating with me and I only ever say this when they accuse me of being racist, but since they believe that just because you have conflict with a different race, it's racist. I always call them racist because I'm half black and half white. So I tell them,
You got a good thing going on. You're white and you're black.
so I always tell them, all right, you're a white person arguing with a black person right now. Are you racist? You're calling
Hmm?
me an idiot and a racist and all that. Are you racist? And it usually shuts them
Maybe
up
you're
pretty
only
quickly.
50% racist.
Yeah, you're only 50% racist.
Yep.
But all right, so that's bring me to my last question for you here. Do you think that with the divide we have in the country right now and just how opposite all of our point of views are, do you think we're going to eventually have another civil war? Or do you think we're going to be able to resolve this peacefully?
Um, I don't know about a civil war, but it definitely could be possible if Black Lives Matter gets more intense. Like if they move to the suburbs and all that, start going after those people. Um, I don't know if we can ever stop this racial divide. Because, like I said, it all started in Ferguson with Michael Brown, and when did it happen? Like 2011? It's 2020 now,
I think it happened in 2012, but yeah.
or 2012. About 8 years, and it's still the same. So who knows? Maybe in another 8 years, it'll all be resolved, and we can all be happy again.
Yeah, I believe that with how it's going right now, if people on the left can't see exactly like what they're arguing here, and that a lot of the arguments just aren't true, I believe they aren't able to see that. I think we will have another civil war because there's generally no way to really make them happy unless like the black people are always coming out on top or minorities are always coming out on top right now.
Yeah, that's going to be the goal until that's what the Democrats say the goal is have minorities up on top until 2020. If one's elected, then they're going to be forgotten again because they're only being used.
Right? But to me, it shouldn't be about if like what race like what race is on top. To me, we should all be on top together. And to me, that generally is what's going on right now.
Yeah, we
Like
are. I mean, we
we
all
have
live the same race.
we have numerous millionaires that are black people in America right now. Right now.
Yep.
So I generally don't understand where people are saying that we're racist for it. Obviously, yeah, there are more millionaires that are white, but there are more white people in America by a large
Yeah.
percentage.
There's more white people. That is true.
So
But that doesn't mean we're white America.
no,
Yeah.
but all right, Zach, it's been great having you today.
Thanks for having me.
Again, everyone else, go check out his channel at Zachary Shaw, or is it Zach Shaw?
Zachary Shaw.
Zachary Shaw. I have his link
Yep.
down in the description. Again, great having you. Probably have you again some other time in the future.
Yeah, good talking to you.
Yep. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for watching Devil's Advocate. This has been Raphael Chapman. Peace out.